All right. Hello and welcome to another video by the Casual NFL Fan. Today we're going to talk about Micah Parsons, Cowboys edge. So here's the stats. Honestly, a little lower than I expected, especially with the one-on-ones and the teeing off, which I think there's a reason for it that I'll explain a bit later, but yeah, a bit lower than I thought it would be. As a looper, they didn't really use them to win. It was more to contain or just to like throw a stunt out there. Same thing when he's a crashing or a pick man, but when he's slanting, whether on the blitz or just taking a slant step and working inside, he's pretty insane at it. And then pushing the pocket, he did use power quite a few times on early downs where you know he's not the one getting a one-on-one or setting up a two-way go for him. But what makes him kind of insane is when he's playing or containing or any sort of that thing, just how fast he could go from, oh, I'm holding this gap to I'm winning now. Or if it's like play action but he's able just to tee off on the backside, just how fast he just gets around to the quarterback. He's fast. That's pretty much what everyone knows about him. Got pancake, chipped a few times. Didn't count the plays or screens, RPOs, or if he's playing the run action in play action. Just because it's like, I want to see what you do as a pass rusher or what you're being asked to do, which is why I include coverage reps. Because if you're being asked to drop in coverage, then that's what you're being asked to do. But stuff like screens or some play action or RPOs, I don't really want to count that because no matter what you do, it doesn't really affect what's being asked from you. And then the time he gets chipped and outside releases, yeah. Counted times he blitzed as a linebacker, I thought it would happen more, but didn't. But they did use him inside quite a bit, so a lot of times he was trying to win, whether it's a one-on-one or two-way go out there setting up or he's just teeing off. Yeah, won 5 times from it, so pretty healthy rate. So with him, in terms of like the overall winning percentage, it was lower than the last 2 videos I've done, but the winning part's still pretty decent. So I think one of the main things, it's something I said in the last video where some players get the elite edge treatment. So what that means is, yeah, like depending on formation, you might get an outside release or a chip, but teams don't really force protection your way unless you're an elite player. So he gets this treatment. Him and Max Crosby, so far the players that have gotten it. And it means that no matter what the offense does on every third down, passing situation, 2-minute drill, they're going to stop this player from being able to tee off with nothing impeding him. And so it's tough. It's tough as a pass rusher because you're getting so much attention. You're getting tight ends your side every single play, running backs releasing outside or chipping you almost every single play. So it's harder to set up one-on-ones. Either the team has to do more, like with blitzes or walking people up to the line of scrimmage or doing all sort of things. Like you probably have to do something like that because they're not going to get it naturally often where it's like, oh, I get a one-on-one, a true one-on-one, or I could just tee off with nothing in my way. Yeah, it's a tough life when you're an elite pass rusher. And something that you'll see where it's not the elite players that get great stats or advanced stats, it's usually the ones who aren't elite but close to it that don't get treated as elite players. And so I think the next question that maybe smarter people could figure out with the O-line and protection and stuff is, why don't teams give more help to like the great players, the tier below? I think it's because it makes you way more predictable, because even with these players like Parsons and Crosby, they could do a lot of blitzes and stunts and set a lot of things up for other players to get them free, to where attacks are protection, and it makes you way more predictable. Like, oh, if we know you're gonna, chip or release towards our edge player, we'll just bring something from the other side because we know you're gonna be less worried about that side. Or they'll do stuff like that, or set up matchups where like, okay, our other player could get a one-on-one, or we could just run a stun that's gonna hit. Like, we know what you're gonna do. Whereas with like, which last player I did this with that didn't get the elite treatment was Trey Hendrickson, and teams just let him just tee off every single time. Some teams who had bad tackles were like, oh, we're fine with you one-on-one the whole game with our tackle. Like, sure, you're gonna beat us, but we could live with you getting beat if it means we could just run what we want to run. And so something that I could look into, or smarter people could look into, why teams don't really force protection towards every edge rusher. Like, some teams will do it if their tackles are bad, like, oh, we're gonna help out this tackle, but that's different than like, hey, we're gonna stop this guy. Doesn't matter for the Eagles with Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata, we're gonna make sure Parsons doesn't get a true one-on-one, or he's not able to get to tee off. I don't know, some other teams that will do the same thing, but yeah, tough life. So here's his stats and some of the moves he uses. So I know disclaimer I should put is, so for so for the grades and stuff, it's subjective. Winning just means if you're trying to win. So if you're getting a one-on-one, I'm doing it a little bit different, where I'm counting times that they're trying to set up a two-way go and you don't get interfered with heavily. So if the running back releases outside but doesn't really get in your way, I also count it as a one-on-one or two-way go that the team's trying to set up. And there's times where you try to set up a two-way go, but the running back chips you or tight end chips you. And I don't want to count those together just because there's heavy interference, so I count those as just teeing off. Or if it's like pass rushing down and you're just firing off the ball, just stuff like that. Looping the pick man or crasher on stunts, which at this point should be self-explanatory. Either you're the one that's going this way and running to an O lineman, or trying to pull the guy in front of you and the other guy just loops around. Slanting, if you're just taking a slant step and working inside, which usually for a stunt or a blitz, because a few times when he's like the pick man, he's not really trying to pick a guy. Sometimes it's like, oh, like he could slant inside and the guy next to him could loop around to make up for it and all that stuff. Pushing the pocket, that's if you're containing, but you're able just to go through the guy. Try to drive the tackle back. Usually happens more on, I'd say in the red zone for the edges. See a bit more with Parsons. Playing and holding one gap, that's usually more early down stuff. Or it could be like if he's just flying off the field, but if it's like play action where it's not really a pass responsibility, he has more of a run responsibility, but he's able to still just fly off the field, count that towards here, playing and holding one gap. Or if it's more like neutral situations, could be a run, could be a pass, where when that happens, you're usually just like, all right, you have one gap. That's what your role is. And usually the guy that gets a two-way go is the DT or the 3-tech or whoever's over the guard. So it's not like trying to get a rush in. You can still get a rush in and all that stuff, but it's more like, all right, your responsibility is one gap. It's not really to win. It's if it's a pass, you have to contain or play this one gap. And then times he drops in coverage. So yeah. A lot of it's kind of subjective. Like, it takes some guesswork and all that stuff. Like, I'm not going to truly know what he's being asked to do unless I'm in the room, but just based off of how he approaches things and how situations are, you kind of have an idea of what's being asked of him, but it's never going to be 100% right. And same thing with the wins, it's pretty subjective. Like, there's times where you could get pressure without winning, and you could win without getting pressure. I'm more focusing on just the winning part. Just like, all right, could you beat this guy? I don't want to count pressure because it gets way too subjective. At least this, it's still going to be very subjective, but I'm trying to make it less subjective. And the thing too is, like, I think with winning and all that stuff, it doesn't count for the play that's being run and the pass protection and the QB drop, because that changes everything. Like, if it's a quick game and you win, it might not affect the quarterback. Or if it's like a 7-step drop and all that stuff, like, yeah, your approach is going to be different. Like, it's going to be way different versus quick game where the tackle could jump set you and just quick set, and either you have to win right away just to get any sort of pressure, or you're just not gonna win. And if the QB holds onto the ball, where if it's like stick or they're running like whatever, dragon or slant flat, whatever play they're running, and if he holds onto the ball way longer than the O lineman's expected to block, I won't count that as a win for the D lineman, just because it's like it shouldn't have been. That's on the quarterback, less than the D lineman forcing it or the O lineman losing. So stuff like that I try to keep in mind. The movesets, I didn't get all of them, just because I did late at night. Sometimes I just forget. The winning should be close to accurate for what he tries to do when he's winning. So the inside moves, he'll use club and rips and club and whatever when he's working outside. It's just he more so does it when he's working inside, or if he's lined up brushing inside of the tackles. Power moves, yeah, he loves using the hump move quite a bit when he's trying to win. He does some chops, so a few times it's kind of iffy. Like when he clubs, there's a few times where he just gets like caught up, or he just clubs so hard that he just runs around. He's not really like ripping or swimming over. It's just like, oh, he clubs you and just keeps running. Same with the chop. Like a few times he's not really trying to work like a cross chop or chop and rip or whatever. It's just like, oh, he chops and just keeps running. So there's nothing to it. But alright, let's get into this. Alright, let's see if I remember how to use this. So yeah, we'll get into some issues with them. It's mainly that he's small. That's his main issue. Like here, probably working a stunt. A lot of the stunts that they use, kind of like the timing's a bit weird, where I'm pretty sure what they're letting him do is it's like, alright, you kind of have like a two-way go, where you can work inside or outside. But if you work inside, this guy has to work back outside. But it's up to Parsons, and this guy just look out for him. Or a few times it might be predetermined, like, alright, we're working a stunt, but it's not consistently good throughout the whole team. A lot of times we're like running into each other, or the levels are kind of off, or I don't know, it just looks like they don't practice stunts, which is kind of weird. So like Osa here, it's working over the guard, trying to get him out of the way, so when Parsons works inside, he's either running into the guard and the Osa can work around, or if the guard sticks on him and the tackle tries to pick up Osa, gets a free path to the quarterback. So like, this looks more like a stunt, but there's a few times where it's like, I'm assuming it's a stunt. Oh yeah, here he's trying to use a hump move. There's a lot of hezing. So Parsons is small. That's his biggest issue. That's what's stopping him from being like a, I guess you could put in the Myles Garrett tier of players. I wouldn't, but you know, opinions at that point, whatever. You could say he's in the same tier as Myles. I won't really fight too heavily. I'd say he's a tier below, and Myles is in his own tier. But what stops me from placing him up there is that he's just small, so he can't really run through contact. So if he's trying to win outside, he has to beat you a bit more cleanly than like a Max Crosby or a Bosa or Myles Garrett. But at the same time, he could run around your contact to where it doesn't even matter. It's like, alright, he's just too fast. But you'll see some issues with it. It's why a lot of things he does is trying to get around that contact. So here, he's just clubbing his inside arms, working inside. I think he's losing contain. Which, same thing. I'll get into some pass rushing stuff in a bit. Because what they do pass rushing wise is a bit odd sometimes. Alright, this is good enough. Which I'll explain pass rushes almost every single video, but basic idea. On early downs, he's a contained player, working in C-gap, contained player. Nose gets double teamed, but he's in charge of 2 gaps. And then the 3 tech or the guy over the guard gets a two-way go, so he can work outside or inside of the guard, which usually if it's early down means that there's going to be quick game, 3-step drops. It's hard to win quickly and get to the quarterback unless you're an insane athlete or just could win super quickly. So a lot of times this guy will just push the pocket or just stand here and be a contained player. And when the QB throws, tries to stay here and get his hands up to either impact the pass or ruin the QB's vision or even the wide receiver's vision. And in the edges, yeah, you can either just work C-gap, try not to lose contain where the QB could run outside or even run inside of you, keep him in the pocket, push the pocket by going through the tackle. There's different things you can do. And if you're setting up a real pass rush, for the edges it's easier. Like you could just line up like this. It's like, okay, cool, you're getting a one-on-one because he's gonna come down here. They're gonna do a full man slide or a 4-man slide. Oh, is he releasing? Either a 4-man slide or maybe you do a 3-man slide here, which makes it tougher because he can't really work inside at that point, and the tackle could overset a bit because he knows he has inside help. But you can still go through him or work outside. And so with elite edges, you'll see like there's usually going to be a running back or tight end that's either going to release outside, and that affects your rush because if you're trying to work outside or work more vertical, it sucks if someone's releasing outside because now it's like, okay, I can't just keep running outside or I'm just going to run into the tight end or running back, which makes things easier for the tackle. Or you get chipped, which that slows you down, which sucks if the pass rush is designed for you to win and you get chipped. Makes things tough, but that's how it goes sometimes. And a few times too where you'll see them just work inside. I think what they're trying to do is force the QB to run outside so you can chase them down. Someone chases them down. So I see some plays where they lose contain. So here, doing a lot of hezzy, outside hand punch, trying to knock it away. Just keeps fighting. But it's tough though when you have someone like DeJuan Jones who's just a big boy. But because he's so fast, was working outside, worked inside, threatening outside. Now he's on his heels, leaning back, use power. So here he's using a stab and forklift. So he has his hand inside his chest plate, his outside hand grabbing onto his wrist. So what that does is you get underneath them, push his wrist up, and it's hard to block. So if your hands are high, if you're trying to block a pass rusher, and they're over your head, you're going to be more on your heels. It's going to be easier just to drive you back, which is why you want the hand away, and it's harder to reset. So if you're going through a guy, one of the main things is to reset your hands inside his chest plate and anchor down. But if your hands are over your head, you can't anchor down. You can't reset your hands. So it's hard for him to reset his hands here. And he's driving through and almost, it's not really, you could say it's a bit like a hump move, but like he's trying to get that motion. Like if you want to say the hip toss or like just tossing him aside, just so he could work inside. Which I think I counted that one as a win. I'm very leaning into the D-line. I'm trying to give the D-lineman more wins, but there's a few it's like, I can't give it to you. So yeah, you just have plays like this, like alright, it's like a, I think it was a bit more of a neutral down, but C-gap player, it's like, okay, you have running back releasing outside, slide your away. Just trying to go through him, it's like, okay, well, let me just work inside, boom. Which I think for Parsons, they let him just pretty much just get to the quarterback. Yeah. This is him forcing it. Which, I don't remember I counted this one as a two-way go. Ends up being like a one-on-one. So because they're double mugging, having both linebackers walked up, they get into a 5-0 call. So guard blocks Parsons, tackle blocks 94, guard blocks Osa, and then tackle blocks DeMarcus Lawrence. And the center is responsible for one of these backers. So pretty much get man blocking across the board. So for Parsons, like, alright, let me just go through him. Because no one really expects Parsons to have that much power, but he does. Has a ton of power. Gets off the ball. shoots his hands, gets underneath them, and you can just see him just throw his hips into it. That's why his hump move's pretty good, because he'll get underneath you and he'll just throw his hips like he's throwing a punch or hitting a baseball bat or throwing a football. Kind of the same motions with the hips, and just run through it. Yeah, he's just so quick. Oops. So like plays like this where it's like it's more of a one-on-one. I believe. Depends on the down. Yeah, it's a one-on-one. But so the reason why they're sliding away is because of the blitz threats. So 50, he's kind of outside the box. He's probably looking at a tight end or wide receiver outside. But 13 overshown, he blitzes a lot. So you know, okay, we need to block him, have someone for him, have someone for him. Which you can slide away, but like they'll have their backer spy or green dog a lot. So like green dog a lot. So like if you do slide away, he'll just blitz anyways. So now you get a one-on-one here because they're sliding down. It's just a tackle and Parsons. And so you can work inside or outside. He's gonna work vertical, tackle over sets, which quick set, jump set, I don't know, it's kind of goofy. Shoots his hands and then he just clubs and swims over. Which I don't believe this is a stunt, because I think 93 is just more of a hold player, just holding this guy. He sees, alright, Parsons works inside, now I work back outside. Because in the pass rush, you want 2 and 2 and 2 contained players. So 2 guys containing, 2 guys inside. So if Parsons has a one-on-one or two-way go where he can work inside, if he goes inside, now you need someone to replace the outside guy. Which is what the DT does. Like he goes inside, I replace you outside. To keep the QB in the pocket. So because he's replacing him outside, Watson can't just run here. I don't think I counted this one as a win, but yeah, trying to work a club and rip inside. And it's like, okay, just plant my feet. Your momentum is going this way, so let me just club and swim outside. But he's constantly just fighting and doing all sorts of things. This is a nice club and rip. It just sucks a lot of it's quick game, because like even though he's like winning, I wouldn't count it as wins just because no matter what he does, he's not going to get there. Alright. Stab forklift. Kind of like what I said, get his hand over his head, it's hard for him to anchor down, you could just run through him. Yeah. This one ends up being more like a cross chop. So the outside hand is low, or for O lineman a bit lower. It's punching, so they're just knock it down. Which, like, if the hand's kind of high, you can still cross chop it, but if it's lower, it's easier to cross chop it. Especially for a smaller guy. Just chop it down, club his outside arm, run through. Might have given that one to him. I think I was being nice. But like this one, like he's kind of cooking him. And it's so... Gets the right play. And it's just stuff because he's so fast. But here's not getting off fast because he's probably expecting a chip or something, so just getting off a bit slower. Angling towards him, doing some hezzies and jab stuff, getting him to shoot his hands. And just clubs through, rips, gets to the quarterback. Yeah, he's so insanely fast. Look at Mozzie go. Anyway, this one's more of a contained play. This is like one of those play actions where it's like, okay, you're playing the run action first, and then you're transitioning into a pass rush. There's a few times where like I won't count it if it's like, oh, it's play action, but it's like a boot going the other way. It's like you're never gonna get there. Here, you can still get there. This is more containing, playing, you know, holding a gap. Like, yeah, he's probably a C-gap player, but because of the run action, it's like, alright, they let him take the easy way. Like, they let him make plays, because Mozzie's the other player. I should be making up for this. He should be playing down the line, which he does. Contain. Sheesh, look at Mozzie scoot. I don't think I've seen him run that fast. Kind of in awe. But yeah, so like even on like run downs or run action, like Parsons still kind of has like that two-way go, but not gonna count as a two-way go because it's not really the intention like, oh, just beat this tackle. It's more like, all right, run down, like do what you want. If you win inside, win outside, like it ends up being like a two-way go, but it's not like the main intention. It's more just cause havoc, make plays, like get in the backfield, like a TFL. But if it's a pass play, stuff like this happens, where you just get an instant win, instant pressure, because the tackle's not going to expect it. Usually for early downs, tackles will expect you to play your gap. So when you do stuff like that, it kind of works in both ways. Like, yeah, you could win quicker, but if you have a QB like Lamar, he could just make you pay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Just overcommits. He just clubs them. Doesn't even throw a rip or swim or whatever. Just clubs the hell out of him. Club, boink. But he's so fast at moving laterally. Like, just one step and just teleports across from him. Just an insane athlete. I think I counted this one as a win just because he gets so close to him. But he lets up at the end. And this is Ronnie Stanley too, so part of, hey, is he getting chipped? Is he getting double teamed? No. But you're getting an inside release by the two wide receivers, so he has to slow down. Outside release by the running back, so he can't just work vertical right away because he's going to run into someone. So he has to slow down, hezzies a couple times, and it hits him with the club here. And whatever, just club, run around, cool. But you could do that. I think this one I counted as a slant because 50 Eric Hendricks is green dogging. So if the running back's in for a pass pro, he blitzes. But kind of ends up being like a two-way go for Parsons. I might have just counted as like a tee off or slanting or something. Oops. Oh. But he's just so good, just like working inside. Working one way, slanting back inside. Just so fast. Yeah, this is what makes life tough. But this is what teams will do too. Like, they won't just like chip you. It's like, okay, we're gonna have our running back wherever Parsons goes. That's your responsibility. Maybe it's like, okay, look out for the linebacker in case he blitzes. But if he doesn't, next look at Parsons. Which here, the running back's just going out to Parsons. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. Just chip him. Just has to eat it. Here, I think he's trying to use a hump move. Or he misses. I don't know. Misses, but still gets underneath his chest plate and able just to drive through him. Right into the QB. Gets howled at the end. Yeah, so like plays like this, where this is where he looks small. So working vertical, double punches, trying to just light club, trying to rip underneath it, but because he's a bit smaller, it's hard for him to run through this contact. Because now he's getting driven outside the pocket. And like, yeah, he's fast enough to where like, if he gets driven outside, he can still keep working out and around to get to the QB. But he can't really just run through contact, and when he's ripping, if he's already beating you to the spot, like, yeah, like it's gonna be hard to drive him out. But stuff like this, where if it was a bigger end, if he was like, I don't know, 2 inches taller, 20 pounds heavier, like he could just rip through this contact, but it's a bit too small, sadly. Oh. Trying to do the same thing, use power, trying to work inside, and then, yeah, Illuminator just drops him, which happens. I don't know what happens. But like, he's been using power a few times. Yeah, so like, this is what the Cowboys do a lot too, where like linebacker, threatening blitzing, green dogging, all that stuff. So they try to make it to where It's hard to have a running back account for Parsons, but some teams will overdo it. Might be like a 2-minute drill or something. Anyways, for Parsons, working vertical, he double punches. I think he clubs and rips. Just easy. So yeah, on the inside, that's what he tries to do a lot, just like hezzy or jab step, and then work the other way. So he does it here, but running back gets in the way. Because they have the linebacker here to try to set up like a one-on-one or this matchup, but ends up getting in the way. Yeah, this one I don't know what he does. I just don't get his approach. He's like, he's trying to like jab step and work across. Cool, then jab step and work across. You can't just keep on like hezzing in front of a dude and just not commit to a side. Either you commit to going through him or you commit to a side. You can't just do that when you're given a two-way go. Plays like this are just so insane. Like, he's getting off the ball, firing off the ball, getting underneath Lane Johnson's chest plate, driving him back. He just stops at the end because he's trying to see where Hurts is, but still a crazy play. And you have plays like this, like, there's not much you could do or say. He's just fast. It's like, oh, cool. You're jump setting him. He's gonna hit you with the little hump move. And it's like, okay, well, you're sliding this way. You have a running back coming this way to block me. That's all his job is. It's like, alright, watch out for linebacker. They're double mugged or something. Mugged up. Yeah, so watch out for linebacker. He drops back. Now look for Parsons. But, yeah. It's just too fast. This one's kind of the same thing, like, yeah, whatever. Double mugged? I'm not great with football terminology, I'm not gonna lie. Just know about D-line play. But even have number 2 blitzing in 2. So, running back responsible for one of these dudes blitzing. And so Parsons, like, I'm pretty sure they're slanting here with Parsons and Osa. Oops. So I don't know what 2, if 2 is like green dog or whatever, but he goes through. And the running back kind of gets in the way, but it doesn't matter. Parsons is just insanely quick. I count this one as a win. This is... yeah, whatever. He beat Lane. I don't care what you say. He beat Lane, but the running back. This is all the running back's here for. It's like, alright, double mug. Watch out for a linebacker blitz. They don't blitz. I block Parsons. I don't care. I'm gonna give that to Parsons. So yeah, here he's trying to chop his outside arm and then turns into a club and rip. Still pretty nice, but balls out. Sheesh, he's so fast. I think this is my... might have been like an earlier down. Maybe not, but hitting him with the jab step. So because he uses power a lot, or like he can use power and does use it quite a bit, it does make tackles like second guess, like, oh, is he using power? Is he trying to work inside of me? So this makes it so dangerous because like he could just change these up on you on a whim. So like taking this step here, this little step inside, it's like, is he working inside? Is he gonna step and use power? Well, now I gotta double punch and anchor down in case he does, but keeps working outside, just ripping through, getting the Stroud. Alright, left side. Yeah, I don't think I counted this one as a win, but he does this quite a bit too, where he'll just like dip underneath and try to rip through and just turn the corner, but same issue where he's just too small. Like, yeah, for some players, if he's threatening you inside or with power enough to where he can slow your feet, he can beat you and get to the quarterback, which we'll see with a couple of plays. But I feel like the majority of times when he does this, he just gets caught up and just washed up field. Yeah. It's like cool. It's like play action, getting chipped, stumbling, getting inside the tackle's chest plate. It's working inside. Cool. Oh yeah. This is so nice. Jab step, cross his face, club and rip. This is on 94. Loses contain. Hitting the same thing again. Just so fast. So here they're trying to hold the center, trying to get the 5 out call, where it's just man on man. Trying to, but yeah. Center helps out immediately. They know Parsons is gonna win. Giants again. Oh, he's over here. This one I didn't count as a win, but it's close. Like, the guard just does enough to recover. Because I had the running back just walked up like a sniffer. Just for the double mug blitz, so they kind of change things up. So, kind of makes the inside a bit congested. Parsons doing the same thing, jab step, then club and ripping through. But, does the running back try to trip him? No, okay. Got a bit worried there, but yeah. Ends up falling over a bit. Alright, on the right side now. Yeah, like this one, like, you'll see this quite a bit with the linebacker, where he does like a coffee house stunt or whatever it's called, where he like fakes like he's dropping back in coverage and then rushing. And so I don't know if this is a two-way go or if it's a stunt. Might have counted it as a stunt, but he's just so insanely fast. And as he's working inside, taking his jab step, forcing you to come in outside and just clubs inside, or use a little hump move if he misses his club. And that's a nice thing too, because like if he does work his club but he misses and gets a bit underneath you, well, now he can just transition to a hump move and just finish it. Alright, where's he at? Left side. Yeah, this one I thought it was a scream at first, but just taking one jab step inside, try to slow his feet, hezzy, give you an outside punch. Alright, cool, I'm just gonna dip underneath and get to the QB. And I'm part of this play too, it's like locks being forced back because they don't pick up 55 for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but don't pick up 55, so he's forced back. So like maybe if he was able to stay in the pocket, this wouldn't have turned into a win, but it's why pass rushing is more of a team thing. Oh, he was kind of killing those in this game. Like Sandy just beating him to the spot, stripping underneath, turning the corner. But Burr was like insane in the pocket, so doing the same thing here. I don't remember if I counted this one as a win, but like it's tough for the rookie because he's trying to jump set him the whole time. And now he's behind them, so it's like, alright, drive him outside the pocket. But because you're jump setting instead of setting more, I don't know. Like, he's behind him now. That's the thing with Parsons, he's so fast, if you're behind him, he could run around you. But if you could just get there, at least get enough contact on them, he could be fine, but here he's just behind. Alright, now he's on the inside. Yeah, like you have plays like this, like he's trying to win. I didn't get all the plays where he's rushing inside, but there's times you could tell he's trying to win, trying to work a move, they're sliding his way, which here, sliding his way. Still gets there, but some plays he just doesn't. Alright, right side now. Yeah, stuff like that's unfair, because I think this was more of like a neutral situation. Which, if it's a passing situation, they have their tight end being a pass block guy. So working vertical, he knows like, okay, running back's facing outside, he's gonna overset a bit. He's, for some reason, he's turning his shoulder, trying to like jump set me a bit, trying to get his hands on me. Alright, let me just club and swim over you, and just get to Burrow. Which, if you know the running back's facing outside, like maybe protect their inside a bit more. I don't know. Yeah, like I counted this one as a win. Like 71 knows, like, okay, he's gonna pick up 24 or something. Should have ideally have help inside, and they have 13 and 24. Just trying to hold a guard and the tight end just enough, just so Parsons could win this matchup, which he works vertical first or threatens vertical. He takes 1-2, threatens vertical. He double punches when he's close by and just hit him with the with a club and rip underneath. And because the tight end's not really looking at Parsons, he's looking at 24 in case he blitzes. Like, he can't make great contact. Yeah, this is rough for the rookie. Like, he knows, like, alright, good jump set, sliding here. Should have inside help, but if you just give Parsons enough space, he's gonna club and rip you inside all day. He's insanely fast. Like, look at this BS. Like, what is this? Gets chipped. He's like, alright, I'm just gonna rip around you. Cool. It's like, I'm gonna take a step inside, get chipped. Alright, I'm just run around you now. Nice. Very normal. Yeah, so this game, he kind of struggled a bit with Icky, which I don't know why. I think part of it's because they didn't really get like a true one-on-one setup or anything. They helped Icky quite a bit. Like here, 4-man slide. Icky ideally has inside help. He's not jump setting him. Outside hand punch, and he just catches Parsons just enough. So when Parsons tries to club and rip, like, yeah, he's getting around him eventually, but not enough to get there quickly, and Icky can still ride him out. Oh. Does he trip? Yeah, alright, he gets stepped on, okay. But yeah. And this is one of those plays where it's like, he's still trying to win, they're trying to hold the center just long enough. At least with like the blitz threat, but it's working towards Parsons, hitting the club. Just gets pancaked, I don't know. So this is one of the places where he beats Icky on, but it's because Icky's more jump setting him. Just because of it's a play action look. So play action look, he's just trying to get there quickly, get there now, just to kind of mimic a rem block, outside hand punch. But Parsons sees it, so he just clubs and just runs around it. And that's what makes Parsons so crazy. Like, if you try to run play action against Parsons, he doesn't have to care about run responsibilities all the time. He could just go. And that's what makes it so tough. Like, it's what makes him more insane than like a Crosby or Garrett or Bosa. Is it like, okay, if you're trying to slow him down with something, it's not gonna work. Like, he's still gonna get there. He's just so fast. Like, what is this BS? It's like, oh cool, let me just hit a little quick jab step, work inside, easy. This one, I think I counted this one as a win. He eventually gets there. It's a bit of a deeper drop. But he's trying to work outside, stab club, or stab forklift. He's trying to forklift his arm, gets caught up, and now that he's inside, now he'll just hit a little like hump move or little club, and just work back inside. Alright, 3 tech now. This one gets caught up. He's trying to jab step and then club and swim over, but it's like you have more space here. I don't know. A few times Parsons does stuff where it's like we get it. You're an insane athlete. But, whatever. It's like, you're trying to quick set him? Are you trying to quick set him? So instead of outside hand punch, he's more doing like the double underhook punch, but easy money for Parsons. Kind of the same thing here, trying to do the double underhand punch, so Parsons just knocks it away and just rips through, just club and rip. Yeah, just him just trying to rip through again. Like, he misses with his club, you can see him trying to hit it. Jab step, club, completely misses. rips underneath, but he doesn't have that, just that like, I don't know, like that size to run through this better, because that's a winning position, or at least winning enough. Yeah, I mean, this is worse. Trying to hit him with the club and rip. That's tough. Alright, left side again, getting chipped. Here's trying to hit him with the hump move. He stops his feet, gets that double punch, and tries to get underneath him, just, no, hit him with the hump move. Reggie White special. Yeah, he just have like too much plays like this. He just tries to like rip through, like not really doing a move or anything, just rips through, hope for the best. It's red zone, and they're bringing a blitz, so he's a pure C-gap rusher. So like, I'm not trying to do text. Okay, bringing this blitz, so he's a C-gap rusher, so I get why he's doing it. It's like, Alright. Left side again. I counted this one as a win. Like, yeah, he trips over. He trips over his dude, but like, dog, if you're in this position, like, you're getting killed. Like, whatever. It's like, why are you trying to jump set him? Jump set him. He's getting off the ball, getting vertical, and I could just rip through, turn a corner. Like, if he's in front of you, he's gonna win. If you have enough contact on them, you can slow him down or stop him. This is another crazy play. Trying to use a stab and forklift, but transitioning to more of like a long arm, getting underneath Johnson's chest plate. That's a lot of power. Oh yeah, that's just too easy. Just a little stutter, rip through inside, cool. Just slow your feet. Alright, right side. Yeah. Just club and rip, but man, 6-8's got him. Alright, club and ripping the center. Yeah, it's just easy money. That's just way too easy for him. Alright, that's the last play. So let me do that. Might be one of my shortest videos in a while. Like that. Okay, so that's a lot of plays. So for the most part, great player, elite player. But yeah, so that's why his stats aren't super high in terms of winning. Like, so far the highest for like the winning category is Max Crosby. But for Parsons, part of it's because like they rush him inside. It's like, all right, tee off now, but they might slide his way. It's like, all right, cool, he's over a guard, and if he tries to work inside, now he's running to the center. And they didn't really like do a ton of stunts to free him up, which is kind of different with like Crosby, because like with Crosby, when they have him as a looper, it's like, all right, we're looping you to attack their protection. Whereas here it's more like, we're just running a stunt just to contain. Like, we're not really trying to get you freed up on the stunt, at least not on purpose. So you have that happen sometimes. But when he's sliding inside, like for a blitz, or even if it's not a blitz, if you just see him just like slant inside right away, looks so insane. Like, just the way he just explodes laterally, it's just crazy. What else? The power is nice. Like, he does use power quite a bit, whether he's pushing the pocket or using his help move. I thought he won more with his help move, but it might have been the season before when he started using it a bit more, or won a bit more with it. What else? Yeah, just got the elite edge treatment. Like, something like the Commanders and the Eagles, it's like, okay, we're having our running back just account for you. Like, he doesn't go out and for like the routes or whatever. Like we're gonna use him on a situation like 3rd and long or a down distance that we need to convert. Our running back's job is, alright, watch out for the blitz and then go after Parsons. Which that kind of sucks. Like for Parsons and Crosby, like the same issue with watching where I'm just like, just let them tee off. Like just let them get more matchups. Like stop being so mean to him. Whereas with Trey, it's like, why are you letting him just tee off against your rookie left tackle or like your, backup right tackle, like whatever, like like that was kind of annoying. But that's name of the game sometimes. And yeah, so insane speed, explosiveness, lateral movement, all that stuff. Biggest issue is just size, just a bit too small sometimes. That's the difference between like elite player versus best of all time. So high standard, but crazy good player. Don't think I have anything else to say. Kind of excited for next season to see what they do. But yeah, should get paid soon. I should just title this video like, should the Cowboys pay Micah Parsons? Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, if you make it this far, thank you for watching and see you next time. Peace. Bye-bye.